Thanks for watching this tutorial about fee schedules in PracticeWeb. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to create different types of fee schedules, enter fees into a fee schedule, copy fees from one fee schedule to another, increase or decrease fees, update fees for treatment plan procedures, and create separate office fees by provider or location. In PracticeWeb, there are two ways of accessing your fee schedules. You can go to the Setup menu and click on Fee Schedules, and this will bring you into this Fee Setup window. This is where you can add the names of the fee schedules you'll need for any insurance companies you're in network with. Once you've added the names here, it can make it easier when you're ready to enter the actual fees. The second way to enter your fee schedules is to go to List, then Procedure Codes. Now you can click on the Fee Schedules button in the lower right, and you can see that this is the same screen that we were just looking at from the Setup fee schedules. Depending on how quickly you plan on entering the fees, either method for access to the fee schedules is fine. Depending on how many insurance types you accept, you can filter your list of fee schedules by highlighting only certain types of fee schedules here. If you would like to add a fee schedule to this list, then click on the Add button. In the description, this will be the name of the fee schedule, and usually it includes the name of the insurance. Let's name this fee schedule Delta Dental PPO. You must specify the type of fee schedule you're entering. For this one, I'm going to use normal. The normal type of fee schedule is typically used for in-network plans, anything that you're contracted with. Typically, PPO plans would be normal and your office fees will be normal. Below the type is a hidden checkbox. You would check this box if you want to hide a fee schedule so that it can't be incorrectly attached to any future insurance plans you may enter. Below that is the Use Global Fees box. When this box is checked, only one fee can be associated with the fee schedule per procedure. This means each procedure can only have one fee. When this box is unchecked, more than one fee can be associated with the fee schedule. This would be useful in a multiple provider or multiple clinic location practice where each provider or location is contracted at different rates with insurance, or when you have providers or clinic locations that charge different office fees for the same service. I'm going to go ahead and click OK to save my new fee schedule. Now I'm going to add another fee schedule, so I'm going to click Add again. This time I'm going to do a copay fee schedule. Copay fee schedules are used when you have a fee schedule from an insurance company that defines the patient's portion for the procedure. This is typically associated with HMO and capitation insurance types. You may only have to enter a few fees. Whatever the copay is for your patient, you can go ahead and enter those. You may have some procedures that don't have any copay amounts, so you can leave those fees blank. PracticeWeb will automatically enter zeros in the account module for those procedures. Normal and copay types are the most common fee schedule types used in a typical dental office. Out of network is for a fee schedule for fees allowed by insurance, even if you're not contractually obligated to follow them. Now, depending on the version of PracticeWeb you're using, this may also be known as allowed. These types of fee schedules are options for carrier allowed amounts on the Edit Insurance Plan window. When computing estimates, all percentages will be based on this out-of-network amount instead of on the procedure fee. Fixed benefit is when a fee schedule from an insurance company will pay a specific amount for each procedure code. If you would like to learn more about how different plan types should be set up, please check out our tutorial on how to enter insurance plans. To stay organized and easily locate your fee schedules so you can edit them as needed, you can move fee schedules around. And if I highlight the name of the fee schedule from my list on the left, I can use the up and down arrows here to move these around. You can organize them by who you're in network with at the top, or you can alphabetize them by clicking on the sort button. This will alphabetize the list by carrier and by fee schedule type. One thing to know is that your fee schedule that is at the top is your default fee schedule. So make sure you move your office fees, or your also known as standard UCR fees, back up to the top, because the fee schedule listed all the way at the top of the list is going to be the default schedule that shows up when I go to that list and providers and take a look at the fees. If you look in the lower right of the screen, there is a button that says Cleanup Allowed. This is a tool that would only be visible to users with admin permissions. If you're watching this tutorial, you may not see this button. What this button will do is delete all fee schedules that are this type. It will delete all fee schedules that are not being used or are attached to a hidden insurance plan. So if an insurance plan is hidden and has this fee schedule attached to it, it'll get removed with this tool. At the bottom of this window, the Check Insurance Plan Fee Schedules will allow you to make sure that insurance plans have correct fee schedules attached. You can use these filters to find plans by a certain name, and you can use these fields on the right to set other conditions to help isolate your search. So you can say anything that has, this fee schedule, or you can choose that don't have a certain fee schedule. And when you look through your list, when I can see that I have a certain carrier with the wrong fee schedule attached, I could reassign it back to the correct fee schedule by using this change button. Now, Practice Web is going to prompt you to enter a password. Now I would like to show you where these fee schedules are used. We're going to go to the Family module, and you can see that I selected a patient with insurance. So I'm going to double click on this patient's insurance. So now we're looking at the Edit Insurance Plan screen. I wanted to show you where those different types of fee schedules are used on the insurance plan. If you look here on the left side, you can see this is a drop-down list next to the fee schedule, and this will be a list of all of your normal type fee schedules. So they'll show up here, and you can see that I have my Delta Dental PPO, and this is the one that I just created. If you look a little to the right, there is a scroll bar in the middle of the screen, and there's a section called Other Fee Schedules. And in here is where you're going to find if you've created any copay fee schedules. So let's click on this drop-down menu. So now you can see all of our HMO or capitation fee schedules listed here. And then you have the carrier allowed amounts. And this is going to be where all of your out-of-network fee schedules show up. You can see it says here, don't use these unless you understand how they will affect your estimates. The different types of fee schedules work in conjunction with the plan types to get the insurance estimates that you need. In our other insurance tutorial, we go over when and how to use the fee schedules based on plan type. Right now for this video, I'm just showing you where those fee schedules show up in the insurance plan. So we're going to close our insurance plan, and let's go ahead and go back to our fee schedules under the list menu. So we'll click on procedure codes. And now let's discuss entering the fees. Before you start entering fees, you first want to make sure that the fee schedule you're entering fees for is selected. If you look in the center of your screen, you see the procedure codes. Then you'll see fee 1, 2, 3. If you look on the far right of the procedure code screen, you'll see 3 fee schedule sections: fee 1, fee 2, fee 3. This is for comparison purposes. For example, if you wanted to compare your UCR fee to your contracted rates with, let's say, Delta Dental. In the fee schedule 1, we would have standard UCR selected, and in fee schedule 2, you would select Delta Dental. So now you can compare the fee schedules side by side. For the purposes of entering fees, we're just going to work out of the fee schedule 1 column. I typically recommend just doing one fee schedule at a time to help minimize the chance of making mistakes. Now, we're going to enter our fees for MetLife. So I'm going to use the drop-down and select MetLife. Now you can see that my fee schedule 1 column is blank, since this is a new fee schedule for my office. The codes are organized based on the ADA's categories for coverage. So you can pretty much just start at the top and work your way down. When you click on the box under the fee column, you can see how it will activate. Now you can type the fee and whole numbers. If you hit the down arrow key, it'll automatically save the fee you just entered. And you can continue down the list. If you make a mistake, you can always click on that fee again to change it, or you can even use the up arrow key. Your fees will automatically save. Now you know how to enter the names of the fee schedules and the fees you'll need for your practice. Let's learn about some tools that can help you manage your fee schedules and help you efficiently change those fees when it's time to update. The most common example is when it is time to update your UCR fees. We have this button in the lower right called Feed Tools. This can help you do this quickly and efficiently. Before you use your fee tools, you'll want a new fee schedule name, noting that these are your UCR archive. So I'm going to quickly create a fee schedule, and I'm going to call it UCR 2019. Now I'm going to click on Fee Tools. Now, whichever fee schedule name that you have selected here at the top is the fee schedule you're currently working with or editing. So you can currently see that my UCR is selected, and this is my default fee schedule. If you want to select any other fee schedule, just use the drop-down menu. We want to make a copy of our current UCR, so I'm going to come over here to the Copy To section. And I want to copy my current UCR to the archive fee schedule. So I'm going to select that archive fee schedule name I just made from this list. Now I'm going to click on Copy. You'll see a prompt asking you to confirm if overwriting these fees is something you really want to do. If yes, then go ahead and click OK. Now let's close this for a minute. Now I'm going to use my compare tool here, and you can see that my current UCR fee and my archive are exactly the same. So see how quick and easy that was? Now, if you really want to save this fee schedule as an archive, you can go back to the Fee Schedules button and put a check mark here. So now it won't show up in your drop-down menu. But if you need to access it in the future, you can just come back here and unhide it. So let's go back to Fee Tools now. Typically, you'll increase your UCR fee a few percent each year to keep up with business costs increase. So now what we want to do is take our UCR fee, which is our default fee schedule, and we're going to increase our entire fee schedule by 5%. So I'm going to put the number 5 in the increase field here. Once you've chosen the percentage, you need to determine how PracticeWeb should round those numbers. So do you want to round to the nearest dollar to make it an even dollar amount? Or do you want to round to the nearest dime or to penny? I'm leaving it at dollar for now. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the increase button and say OK. Again, you'll see another prompt. And these prompts are important because you never want to arbitrarily change your fee schedules without being certain that you're updating the right one. Now that I have confirmed increasing my fee schedules is what I want to do, let's go ahead and take a look at our main code list again. Now you can see my default fee schedule in column 1 is now higher than my archive. You can also use the increase field to decrease a fee schedule by placing a negative number here. But for this tutorial, we're showing you the increase. Typically, when you do an increase in office fees, you know that as soon as you do the increase, any new procedures entered are going to be charted with the new rates. But anything that's currently treatment planned is not going to just automatically switch to the new rate. For getting those treatment plan procedures updated, you could either do a global update here under Fee Tools, and this will update the fees for all patients who use the fee schedule you have selected here. Or you can go in and update one patient at a time from the treatment plan module. For this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and do a global update today. Now, please note, it will be up to your office to decide when is the right time to perform a global update after changing any of your fees. In some cases, you may want to honor your fees for a certain amount or for a certain period of time for any treatment planned work. But eventually, you should update all the treatment plans, and I'm going to go ahead and hit this update button here. And again, you'll need to confirm. It'll always let you know how many fees are updated. If you were choosing to not do the global update and you just wanted to update one fee schedule at a time, we could do this directly from the treatment plan module. If you plan on updating treatment plans individually, you will do this from the treatment plan module here. So we're going to go to the treatment plan module for John Doe. And here you can see that I have an existing treatment plan with a few procedures. You can see the update fees button to make sure that this has updated to the latest fees. So when you click on this button on a per patient basis, you'll see that you can update your fees individually. If you have any saved treatment plans, those saved treatment plans will keep the original fees that you presented to the patient at the time the saved treatment plans were created. Saved treatment plans are just that. They're an archive. So here, you can see that the original fee is here. The default will change the new fees, but when you look at a saved treatment plan, it'll still have the previous fees. Now we're going to talk about fee schedules if you have a multiple location or multiple provider practice. If you have different office fees for specific providers, or if you have specific locations that have different office fees, let me show you how you might set that up. The first thing you're going to want to do is to come into the fee schedules, and you'll want to make sure that you have your fee schedule set to not use the global. Now, I have a fee schedule that I've already created that's not set as global here, and I've unchecked the use global fees. You do have to confirm when you uncheck this box. Now, different reasons or an example of when you might need to use a non-global fee schedule would be if you have a specialist in your practice that maybe has a higher fee for the same service, or if you have different clinic locations that have different office fees, or maybe you have a different providers that have different contracted fees with the same insurance plan. So let's go ahead and click OK here And we know that we have our fee schedule that's not global. So I'm going to go ahead and close. Now in this video today, I'm just going to talk about office fees, not insurance reimbursements. And I'm going to show you how to set up different office fees for different providers and for different clinics. We're also going to talk about the same provider in 2 different clinics. So I'm going to start by selecting our non-global fee here. And this is going to be another example of where I can use this compare tool on the right side. You can compare up to 3 fee schedules, but I'm going to just choose these 2 for now. Now, in my first example, I'm going to set some clinic fees. So in fee column 1, I'm going to have clinic A, and in fee column 2, I'll have clinic B. Right now, they're the same. They're both set to the default fees. But I'm going to look at this code, a D0120, and I'm going to set for clinic A this fee, and it's going to be $70. And if this procedure code is done in clinic B, we're going to set it to $90. Now, notice the text color changed. And if you look down in the lower right, these text colors are color-coded based on what the fee applies to. The default fee would be black, like we've seen. The clinic fee will be this orange color, and the provider-specific fee is going to be green. And then a fee that is specific to a provider and a clinic will be in blue. I've set some different fees for clinic A versus clinic B, so let's go ahead and set this both back to the default. Next, I want to set some provider-specific fees. I'm going to choose providers from my example so I can see Dr. Q and Dr. P. Now, for this training video, I'm only changing one procedure code in each fee schedule. Now, realistically, you would probably change multiple fees. But let's go ahead and look at the next examples, the limited exam D0140. So if Dr. Q does this procedure, I want it to be $80. And if Dr. P does it, I want it to be $90. So again, you'll see that the text color changes. I know this is a specific provider fee here, so I'm going to go ahead and set these back to the default. Now that I've set those fees, remembering that I don't have to do anything special to save them, as soon as I type it in, it's saved to that fee schedule. Now, what I'm going to do is show you if I have Clinic A and Dr. Q, and then I'm going to choose down here Clinic B and Dr. Q. What I'm trying to show you is that if Dr. Q does a comprehensive exam at Clinic A, it should be this one fee. At Clinic B, it should be another fee. So if Dr. Q is at Clinic A, I'm going to put $100. And if Dr. Q does the same procedure at Clinic B, it's going to be $105. Now you can see that the color that we saw down here, which is provider and clinic specific, both have to match to use that fee. So let's go ahead and close out of here. Now what I'm going to do is go to List and Providers. And in our previous insurance training video, we showed you how to assign fee schedules to different providers. But I'm going to go ahead and set my providers to use this non-global fee schedule here. So I'm just going to grab both of them and grab the non-global so that we can look at some examples of how work can be treatment planned at different rates. So let's go back to the treatment plan module for our demo patient. You can see I have some procedures treatment planned for him. I've treatment planned 2 of each procedure that we specified. And if you recall, the periodic exam, I set different rates for different clinics. So I'm going to double click on the top one here, and we're going to set this to Clinic A inside the procedure and say OK. Now on the second one, I'm going to set this to Clinic B, and we're going to click OK. The fees haven't changed yet. I do need to update using the fees button that I showed you earlier. I'm going to go ahead and say OK. And now you can see that I had specified $70 for the periodic exam if it's done at Clinic A, and it's $90 if it's in Clinic B. Let's move down to the next one here. That's our limited exam. Again, I have 2 of them. Because we're treatment planning this as if they were being done at one or the other locations, and these procedures I specified here are also going to be done by different providers. So in this example, the top one is already set to Dr. Q, and it should be $80. And then if I click on the next one, and we change it to Dr. P, and we say OK, let's go ahead and update our fees again to make sure we're getting the latest fees. You're going to see that Dr. P charges $90 for that procedure. You can now see that I've got different procedure rates or office fees for different providers. The last example is the comprehensive exam. That has different rates based on clinic and provider. So if we change the provider and the clinic for this procedure on the second item, and we change the provider again here, you can see that in this clinic, the 2 providers charge different amounts. This is how you can set different fee schedules or different office fees for different providers or clinics. If you wanted to print out your fee schedules for archive purposes, or whatever your practice needs may be for printing out a fee schedule, go up to the Reports menu and click on Standard. In the List section, click on Procedure Codes-Fee Schedules. Depending on which fee schedule you would like to print, you can choose the fee schedule name or clinic or provider. But for now, I'm just going to select the fee schedule name. By default, Practice Web will exclude blank or 0 fees from your list. But if you would like to see those procedure codes so you can determine if you want to add a fee, then you can put a check mark in this box. You can also choose to see the procedures or fees organized by category or by code number. It really doesn't matter. It's just your preference as to how you want to see the report. Now let's click OK. Now you can click on Print in the upper left corner. You can also export this to Excel if you wanted to manage your report from there. This completes our overview of the fee schedules in Practice Web. If you have any questions about something that was not covered in this tutorial, please call support at 800-845-9379 option 2 or email us at support@practice-web.com.